nsa aka ahoho bi e wo fie ha nti ye be din komo kakra ansa na ehwi a ensema eno no koso nyina so yetimi abro hi tally 90.9 me the John Kwesi after say Obwanji and I have with me the leadership of Union of Professional Nurses and Midwife Ghana here with me. So within about 30 minutes we'll have a conversation about this union. Then after that the sporting activities will also be on your way. So from now till about 7:30 we are going to have an encounter with the Union of Professional Nurses and Midwives Ghana, and then we'll see what this union is about. I have the leadership here and they are ready. So let me see. I have Mr. Maxwell Odro Yeboah. He is the national president, and Mr. John McCoy, the national PRO. They are here with me. Other executive central region leadership and other officers are also here. Gentlemen, you are welcome to Dali 90.9.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Maxwell Odro Yeboah, what is it? This Union of Professional Nurses and Midwives Ghana, what is it? Because previously we knew of nurses and midwife, whatever association or something, but this it seems is new to some of us.
Thank you. Yes, good evening to your cherished listeners. And we're glad to be in the studios of Darling 90.9 FM. Yeah. Your place is very nice.
Very, very nice. We are part of Angel Broadcasting Network.
Oh,
Angel
okay.
Group. Yeah.
That's
so,
great.
Yeah,
that's wonderful. And we've had certain some programs on Angel FM in Accra.
Oh, okay.
Well. So it's just nice to be here.
Yeah.
Yes. The Union of Professional Nurses and Midwives Ghana is a registered labor union.
Okay.
For nurses and midwives. The main objective is just to promote and improve on the nursing and midwifery practice in the country, as well as improve the welfare of nurses and midwives in the country. Because we believe that it's only when the nurses and midwives are comfortably living that they can also render the best of care to the clients that visit us. So it's a registered labor union for nurses and midwives.
Your outfit is very nice.
Thank you.
So how different is this one from the other unions that you have in nursing?
Yeah, so like he rightly said, UPNMG is actually a labor union, and if apart from our welfare packages, there's no difference in terms of the names, in terms of being a labor union or a trade union. The difference is that we have policies that differentiate the game. Like we always believe, the fact is that labor union or unionism has gone beyond bargaining of salaries. So right now what we are looking at is how we want to better the life of members, that is nurses and midwives, using feasible policies that will change their lives. So the difference is the policy direction that we have taken and the ideology that we have, with the mindset that we can do things differently to ensure that we improve upon the life of nurses and midwives. So basically the difference between the union you've been trying to mention and UPNMG is the policy drive, the ideology that drives UPNMG. That's the main difference between the two unions.
So are you trying to tell me that the other unions were not doing these things that you're talking about?
Obviously, yes. Something would necessitate something, So the formation of UPNMG actually was built on the fact that we see the need for a second voice for nurses and midwives, and also to get opportunity to implement those things that we may never have gotten opportunity to do if we have belonged somewhere else.
Okay.
So when the ideologies are not being taken or your inputs are not being respected, it's always important that you carve a niche for yourself where you can operate to be able to showcase that talent that you have been given. So obviously we have been able to give ourselves the opportunity to lead nurses and midwives to the direction where all of them want. So I think that is what we have been doing so far.
Let me ask, how long has this UPNMG been in existence?
Yeah, so we started way back in 2017.
Okay.
Where we saw the need to give the second voice to nurse and midwife. So way back in 2017, the fight started. By 2018, that was when the labor certificate was issued to us, and when we started operating formally in 2019, our first dues went through in November 2019, and ever since then we have been very formidable and working so hard to improve upon our welfare.
Listeners, we have here with us the Union of Professional Nurses and Midwives Ghana. They are here this evening, and we are looking at this union. What is it, and what they have for the nurses and the midwives? I know since 2017 you have started doing certain activities, programs and other things. What have you been doing so far?
Yeah, so since we began operating, we've basically sort of implemented the things that we felt were being neglected.
Okay.
Chief among them is a life insurance policy for all nurses and midwives in the country who are members of the union.
Okay.
So this life insurance policy is a policy we have with Enterprise Life Insurance worth over 100 million Ghana cedis. And once a member is admitted in the hospital, we pay part of the bills for the person, depending on how much the bill actually is.
But some of us, we thought since you are health workers, when you are sick or something, the state takes care of you. Is that also?
Yes, I like that. And that was one of the main motivations behind the setup of this life insurance. Because health workers go to the hospital and we foot every bill. If there's any drug health insurance doesn't cover, the nurse has to pay.
Like being an ordinary person.
Just like you are an ordinary person. But quite recently we've been pushing with the ministry, and I think they have brought a circular that maybe the facilities should begin looking at taking part of the bill that we are incurring in the facilities. Because somebody said, you sell wache, you are hungry, and then you want to eat some, you have to buy again.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. We are those taking care of the sick people. I fall sick, I come to the same facility, and I have to pay for every service that is not covered by health insurance. So we realized that, if the employer is not going to help, the union has to come in, because you said you are coming as a union to help the people. So what can you do to help them? And that is why we brought this insurance policy for them. So in case of loss of a member, loss of a relative, that is a parent, loss of a child, partial or permanent disability, the insurance comes in, and then we help these people. And the good part is that even though the money is not enough to cater for all the bill, at least it's relieving the members. And my national PRO will say, at least it's good enough money to buy some pure water for taking the drugs.
Well, it looks as if you have very nice policies, but where do you get monies for these policies that you are talking about?
Excellent question. Brilliant question. Yes. So this is why the old union did not implement these things, because they kept asking, where would you get money to do these things? But we say that it's judicious utilization of the resources. Every union takes dues. Every union has a sort of a fund. Depending on how you manage this, you can give the people everything that they ask for, because it's a pool. He pays his fund, I pay mine, he pays his, everybody pays something. When that money comes together, what do you do with the money? Somebody can decide to build a big house for him or herself. Somebody can decide that we're giving the money back to the people who contributed it. And that's what we're doing. So we say that as part of our mission, that we're going to judiciously utilize the little that is coming to us. We take the least dues, we take the least everything, but then we're giving the money back to the people. So it means it's so easy for us to do. We don't have to suffer at all. Once the money comes, we do what we are supposed to do with it, and it goes back to the people.
Well, let me go to John McCoy right here, the PRO. You know, the PROs, you like talking a lot. I don't know, why should a nurse or midwife join this association? Because maybe somebody is already in the association already, different association already, and what would prompt that person to move from his or her association to this new association, that is the UPNMG?
Yes, so thank you, and that's a good one. Many young nurses have been thinking why I should join UPNMG. I always say that UPNMG is on a life-saving mission, okay? And if you want to be saved, you should start making a decision now, even right from training. Like I mentioned before, unionism has gone beyond salary negotiation. So the next question you should be asking yourself is, what next does a union do for members? So if you are a nurse or a midwife and you really want your welfare, then there's no obvious choice that you pay, because the policies that we have rolled out, like Mr. President mentioned, we are giving back to people who are contributing to the dues. Like the policy he mentioned, we also have a loan scheme that runs at 11%. That is the cheapest you can find in the country so far. 11% per annum.
Okay.
You come for the money, you do whatever you want to do with it. You are given 3 complete years to pay that money back. That's one of the reasons why you should be thinking about joining UPN. Because when you look at the quantum of nurses that run to this microfinance and all that to take loans, it's a lot. So if we are able to help our own selves at a reduced rate, why not? Why wouldn't we be able to do that? And, you know, apart from the loan scheme, we have a mat that gives out items ranging from kitchenwares to electronics and all that to members. A newly posted nurse today who joins UPNMG today can furnish his whole room with all the electronics that he needs just by being a member of UPNMG, and then we are giving some time to pay off these things. And you know, once you are starting life, you want these things, you are craving for them. So we should not burden you using your bulk pay to go and buy these things, but we give you time to pick some of these things and pay. Our land scheme is running. This afternoon I was with the Central Union executives to visit a land site where we are trying to procure for members who can have access to these lands and start life. Because for us, pension is not the plan. We want you to live your pension today. Yes, live your pension now. The idea of going to pension before you start life is way back in the 20th century. Now you have to live your pension now. So we want to give the opportunity to nurses and midwives to be able to, secure their pension today before they go on retirement. So there are a whole lot of things in the pipeline that will be dropping every time, and we ensure that nurses and midwives are taken care of.
It seems your union is mostly men, or do you have ladies in? Yes, I can see.
yes, there are ladies. The tour team has been composed in such a way that we have the teams visiting each of the regions. So this particular team, unfortunately, has been composed and then made up of men only. But across the regions, the districts and all that, we have female that are executives among us. Yeah.
Okay, President, I want you to add something to this, because to convince someone to leave his or her association to yours, that's the new one, it's not that easy. So what other things apart from what the my own namesake John has said, add more, so that someone listening, a nurse or midwife listening, will actually know that yes, you are in, and you are in to help them or something.
Yes, thank you. So basically, anybody that I talk to about the union, I ask the person a few questions. You probably belong to another union, or you are probably not with any union. So if you are not with any union, your matter is different. But if you are with another union, then you ask yourself, what have I benefited all this while that I've been with this particular union? If I haven't had anything, and the main objective of joining a union is to better your own life. So if you haven't had anything, then you're probably not the person who is leading you is not valuing your presence in that particular group. Now, this is a new union that says that we value you as an individual. Everything that we're doing is geared towards you. Now, if you have any problem, be it a human resource challenge, salary problem, promotion steps, you don't have to travel to Accra any longer. Those days are gone. Just get in touch with any of your executives. Somebody just picks a phone. The problem is resolved for you. So we are now telling the people what unionism is really about, because those who started these unions in their minds and those days, they felt that the employer was probably not giving them what they deserved. Then they decided that, okay, so let's come together. If you want to talk to the employer as an individual, you can easily be victimized and you'll not get what you want. So let's come together, and then collectively we can fight for our own good. And that is why we have unions all over the place. So if you are part of a union and that union is unable to stand up for you, if you need a lawyer, the union cannot stand up and give you a lawyer. If you have a problem at your workplace, there is nobody to stand in there and fight for you. Then you're basically wasting your time. These are the things UPNMG has brought to nurses and midwives. We say that whatever the problem is, so long as it's work related. In fact, even through the union, people have had wives and husbands because there's a network.
Okay.
So we have over 12,000 or 11,000 and something on one platform on Telegram.
Okay.
So you can just interact with somebody. By the time you hear we are having UPNMG wedding here, UPNMG wedding there. So this is a family, and if you are not part of it, you're really missing.
I was chatting with someone and about business issue, and he said, now Ghana is Accra, Kumasi, Temali, and Takrady. Is your union like that? Assuming nurse is at my village, Abrim Brasi, how does the person assess this UPNMG?
Excellent. So we're bringing it to the people. The union is supposed to be with the people because the people are the union. So the union cannot have its head office in Accra and then executives stay there and that ends it. So we have district executives, we have regional executives, and then we have national executives. In fact, to even decentralize it more, we've introduced what we call ambassadors, and these people are in every facility, every unit in the hospital. So anytime you need something, anytime you need somebody, there's somebody very close to you that you can confide in. In the past, union executives have been 10 gods. It's even difficult to talk to the secretary of a union. It's difficult to even shake the hand of a PRO of a union. It's even difficult to get somebody's number to chat with. Then we question that, because why is it a union? If you're supposed to support me and I can have access to you, what is the sense in that? So even our loans, high purchase and everything, we have even decentralized it even more again. It's all over on our website. So all you need to do, just log in www.upnmg.com. You get all the forms.
Please take your time and repeat it for some of us. Some of us are not that fast. So assuming I want to know much about, I'm a nurse, newly posted nurse or midwife, and want to know about this union, UPNMG. How will I know? Maybe I'm in a certain village that I'm not close to Cape Coast, I'm not close to Takrady or somewhere. How do I get access to the union?
Yeah, so like he rightly mentioned, we have executive decentralized to all the levels we can think of. And also just by going online, www.upnmg.com, you are able to read whatever information you want. All the downloadables are there for you to see. We are even on Facebook, UPNMG. Once you put in Union of Professionals and Midwives Ghana, you will see us on Facebook. We are all over social media. We are on Twitter, everywhere. But what makes it even more appealing is that there's no national executive you want to speak with that you will not get.
Okay.
Once you have a problem and you communicate to somebody you know is a member of UPNMG, the first person's number they will give to you is mine. So we have,
that is Mr. John McCoy.
That's all. and we have gone so much so that no matter who you are at whatever level you are able to get access to somebody to speak with, like Mr. President mentioned.
Okay.
There's always somebody that is available to talk with. But most of it all is that if you are finding that difficult, the numbers are also on our website. Once you log in, we are able to find some contacts there to actually talk to. And also on Facebook, you find us. Once you message us, we are always online, and then we are able to respond to you. WhatsApp platforms are available for people to join. Telegram platforms are there and all that. So we have been able to, bring it so down so that everybody can have access to whoever you want to speak with.
What's your regional office here in Cape Coast? Do you have?
Yes.
At least the headquarters, where is it? Central region and maybe other areas, so that...
Yes, the Central Regional office is located on the way to the psychiatric hospital.
Okay.
And then
psychiatric, is it Ankafu?
Yes, Ankafu. Yes, Ankafu.
Okay.
It's on your way there. And then their phone number, it's 031 22 91 600 or 036 7 120. I'll take that again. Their phone numbers, Central Regional Office, 031 22 91 600 or 036 730 120, and then you are able to speak with someone.
But I learned you pay dues of 50 cedis or something.
Okay, so let me explain. We have dues, which is used for the running of the association, and then fund, which we term UPNMG Mutual Fund. And the 50 cedis is the fund minimum that anybody can contribute. You are free to increase it for your own sake. Because
so just like my association as well, the minimum is 50 Ghana cedis, but you can increase it to the maximum that you want. That is the mutual fund.
Exactly.
And what do you use the mutual fund for? Because as you said, the dues is for the running of the activity. So what's the use of the mutual fund?
Okay. So even with the dues, we even use part of the dues to pay for the insurance policies and all that. So it's not solely for the running of the association. But the fund is your money. 50 Ghana cedis that we bring together as a pool. This money is waiting for you even when you go on retirement. But the difference here is that we make you benefit from the money now before you go on retirement. In the sense that this money is the one that comes as a pool that gives the loans to the people, that gives the hire purchase to the people, the land scheme, all the policies that we have rolled out so far, apart from the insurance policy, all of them have come from the fund. And the reason is that we don't want to invest this fund, give this fund to a fund manager who will determine what happens to the fund. So this mutual fund is managed solely by the union that has established a fund for it, employ capable hands to manage the fund, to be able to give back to members anytime they want it. But once you send this fund to a fund manager, you are limited having access to that money for the people who actually contributed. So this fund gives out the loan to the people. It comes back again, and then when you go on retirement, that fund is given back to you as a retirement package. And then that is where our MAT is also operating from. So all the items that are being sold are operating from the fund. The land scheme that we are launching is coming from there, and all other policies.
But is there a way that someone can access like partial withdrawal or something from the mutual fund?
Yes, so for partial withdrawal is allowed because, as he rightfully put, we are not saving towards retirement.
Okay.
We believe that you have to prepare before you retire. So there is partial withdrawal after 5 years of continuous contribution. You can come and make a partial withdrawal at no interest rate, nothing. It's your money. You can come and make a partial withdrawal.
We are here with Union of Professional Nurses and Midwife Ghana. Let me try and activate the phone lines if I can get one or two callers. Maybe some have questions for you. 0242088899, 0242088899, and 0240282638. We have the national leadership and the regional leadership of Union of Professional Nurses and Midwife Ghana here with us. So if you have any question, if you're a nurse, you are a midwife and you have a question, you can phone in and ask them so that they give you response. Chairman, President, we are gradually coming to an end of our conversation. I don't know whether there are certain things that we've not touched on, but you want the nurses or midwife to get to know of it.
Yeah, so we want nurses and midwives to know that unionism has evolved. So it's not just about negotiating with the employer. Unionism has moved from putting pressure on the employer. We want this, we want that, we want this, we want that.
But I'm not sure your union has come to increase the number of strikes that nurses and midwives
exactly what I'm referencing actually. So yes, we need the employer to improve our conditions of service and so on and so forth, but we also believe that the union has a role to play in all that. Yes, so we are not here to increase the number of strikes that nurses and midwives are going to go. When it comes to the time for us to negotiate with government and we need to take some hard stands, we will definitely do that. But beyond that, we're looking at how to make the people live comfortably. Because as he said, After negotiation, the recent negotiation for all public sector workers was 4%.
That's 4%. Yeah.
What's this 4% going to do in your life? It's not going to change you much. But if the union has been able to give you some entrepreneurship training, you have been able to benefit from a financial education that has been organized by the union. You are all of a sudden learning how to manage the little that you are having. Because the problem with most Ghanaians, I keep saying, is not because they don't have enough. It's because we are not managing it well. So if all of a sudden somebody is giving you this education for free, you have been given some education on how to prepare soap on your own, on how to start a small business on your own. This, coupled with the little money that is coming to you, we believe that it can change a lot of lives. So the union is going to help a lot of nurses and midwives to change their own lives one at a time. So we have, if you go on our website, we have entrepreneurship training as part of the main things that we're doing. And we've started organizing some of these seminars. We want people to take care of themselves. We want people to take over their own, economic situations. Why can't a nurse build a house whilst he's working? Why does a nurse have to wait till retirement? He goes for that small money and can't even complete his or her building. She will be staying in some uncompleted building by the time you realize you are dead and gone.
This caller, let me see. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Please, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is David. I'm calling from Cape Coast.
Please, Uncle Dave, let's hear you.
Okay, in fact, I was listening to the president and the PRO, and I must say that they are really doing a good job. We are really happy with the everything. So we really want to thank them and then urge them on to keep fighting. God bless them.
Okay, thank you very much, Uncle Dave. You can also call and bring in your contribution 0242088899 and 0240282638. Very soon we'll roll the curtains down. But there is this question that people keep asking, that why is it that associations, like organizations, do keep on forming different unions? Like, why don't you come together to get stronger voice so that when you are speaking, you can push the government and those things? But day in, day out, you hear that institutions forming different unions. When it happens like that, does it help in negotiating, fighting for the welfare of your members?
Brilliant question. I think I would probably have to talk to your producer, because you are asking the questions that the people mostly want to understand. So thank you.
Let me pick this one. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Please, your name and where are you coming from?
My name is Cosmos Bambugu. I am taking from Cape Coast.
Okay, let's hear you, Cosmos.
All right. I work in CCTH, and I saw the president and his team, I think, around Metro Hospital. I was thinking they will come to CCTH, but I didn't see. I want to ask the president whether they will come there tomorrow.
That is Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, eh?
Yes, please.
President is here. He will talk to the...
Okay.
So about your visit, it seems you didn't go to Cape Coast Teaching Hospital.
Yes, we couldn't make it today. The activities were a bit packed, but I've spoken with my handlers, and we will be here tomorrow. So hopefully we'll go to the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital and the other places we couldn't go today. We know the members are yearning to meet us, and we'll do our best to meet as many as possible before we leave. Yes, on the question you asked.
But before you attempt that one, let me deal with this one too. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, sir. My name is Barnabas. I'm calling from Chufupas.
Okay, Barnabas Chufupas. Let's hear you.
All right. So we heard the president was coming to Cape Coast today. We thought they could pass by our place at that time, but in fact, we are dying to see the president. So if they are not able to make it this time, we are hoping that maybe the next time there will be a plan for us. There are a lot of us there.
That is Chufupas way.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We are listening to him right now.
Okay. President, your people are listening to you, so definitely you have to visit them. You have to organize program and meet them. Okay, so on the question that you were
about to respond to. Yeah, so Triple Price, I'll talk to the big man here. He determines where I move. So
that's a PRO.
Yes. Once he gives the go ahead, would move. Yeah. So the proliferation of unions. It's actually not a good thing to have so many unions that are representing a few people. But unfortunately for us, in the nursing and midwifery front, the two nursing and midwifery combined, we've actually had only one union representing all of us for over 60 years now. So if you look at the insurgence of other unions or UPNMG coming on board, that makes just two unions for nurses and midwives in the country. And we believe that it's actually not going to weaken our front. It's going to strengthen our front. And that is what we are seeing, because now all of a sudden the other union has also begun, bringing welfare policies. All of a sudden the things that they've said earlier that were not possible, they have begun talking about implementing some of them. So it's actually a good thing. Sometimes when you have just a one-party state, it's disastrous if you don't get good leaders. Yes, other countries there is just one party and they are thriving, but most of the places where one person stays on, it becomes difficult for the country and the people there. So with the coming of UPNMG, we have seen a lot of changes that are happening, and so it's actually become a blessing, not a curse. And when it comes to negotiation or meeting the employer, where people think that you're going to break your front because you present something else and the other union will present something else, it's not so. The promulgators of the law, in their wisdom, decided that only one union at a time would hold the collective bargaining certificate. That means that union would lead all negotiations at a time. So as a union that has another union that has existed over that period, it means definitely that union holds the certificate. So we will make our input. The union would go to the table with that. So once we have one plan that we are presenting to the employer, nobody breaks any front. After all, you are not asking for 2 cedis and the other union asking for 3 cedis. You have collectively agreed that you are going to ask for 3 cedis, and that is what is presented to the employer. So it doesn't actually break their front. It makes every union formidable, and you begin to perform whether you like it or not, because if you don't, by the time you wake up, your members have moved here. So it reduced the chop that was with the unions. But you know that if you decide to chop all the people's money, you wake up tomorrow and there's nobody there with you. Everybody has moved there. So it's rather made people more responsible. We are not praying for more unions to come in the nursing and midwifery profession. But if at a certain point people feel that UPNMG is not doing what they thought they were going to do, the other union is also not performing, and then a group of people feel that, okay, so we are the new messiahs and we're going to bring... Why not? We want the best for nurses and midwives.
Piero, Mr. McCoy, please, let me see if I can pick your final words and roll the curtains down.
All right, thank you very much. Like I mentioned from the beginning, that UPNMG is on a life-saving mission. So, as the public relation person, my interest is ensuring that everybody is satisfied, though it's always sometimes not possible. But then we want to say to all the nurses and midwives out there that, yes, UPNMG has come to stay, and all the good policies will keep coming. So the decision to join UPNMG is now. And once you make that decision, it's a life-saving decision that you have made, and we can promise you that it's not going to be a regrettable one. We really want to see all nurses and midwives happy. So we also do our best to do that. So wherever you are as a nurse or a midwife, and then you are listening to our voice now, the simplest thing to do to save your future is to join UPNMG. It's not a political message, but that is what the truth is, and we all have to get the opportunity to better our lives, and that is what we want to bring on board. Also want to encourage all those who are bedeviled with some form of lies that has been peddled against us for the past years to see that the change that we promised has come. So people can go about and say whatever lie they want to say, but the fact is that UPNMG is moving on. The numbers are growing each day, and we are grateful for the contribution of all members. In fact, they have actually pushed us to that level that we don't have a choice but to deliver. So we are very grateful to them, and we want to urge them to continue doing what they are doing, and we also sit where we are and do our best.
I don't know whether you can use this opportunity to introduce your regional officers if they are here.
Yes, okay. So we have the regional president, who is in the person of Mr. Gan Senior, and then he works at the CCTH.
Okay.
And then we have the regional second vice president, Mr. Ezekiel. He works at the Cape Coast Central Metro Hospital, rather.
Okay.
Yes, those are the two executives that we have. Then the regional PRO also came in, Mr. Isaac Tetekomi.
Okay.
But he's outside. So those are the regional executives available now.
Okay.
The rest, we actually have 9 executives in the region. So the rest are at the back doing the background works. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, PRO. Chairman, President, your final words, and I'll leave you.
I want to give my last words to the regional executives.
Okay.
To say something to their people. They are those with them.
Okay.
So they should say something to them, if you don't mind.
All right. Good evening, Mr. President and Mr. PRO have said it all. You've heard them. You don't enjoy these good policies of UPNMG alone. Try and convince a colleague nurse to join us, because as nurses we will have to thrive and do well in society. Thank you very much. I don't have much to say.
Vice, won't you say anything? Okay, the PRO, regional PRO is also here. So
okay, thank you, Mr. President. In fact, we thank you so much for being with us. We started slowly, but gradually we have crossed the 1,000 membership that we set as a target in the region. And we are so grateful for your support. It hasn't been easy, but day in and day out, we are going with you. Move with us and we shall get to our destination. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. The leadership, national and regional leadership of this Union of Professional Nurses and Midwife Ghana, they passed through, and we have very fruitful interaction this evening. So I'm very grateful to you, gentlemen.